It's Wednesday, January 30. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom. Negative national developments in 2018 have factored high on Jamaica's 2-point slip in the rankings of Transparency International's 2018 Corruption Perception Index, CPI. The country is now ranked 70 out of 180 countries and has a CPI score of 44. Jamaica also scored a CPI of 44 in 2017 and 39 in 2016. The index, which ranks 180 countries and territories by their perceived levels of public sector corruption, according to experts and business people, uses a scale of 0 to 100, where 0 is highly corrupt and 100 is very clean. A CPI score of below 50 means that country has a corruption problem. Government Junior Minister Everald Warmington yesterday strongly cautioned against putting Petrojam in charge of the process for a forensic audit of the circumstances surrounding the $5.2 billion worth of oil loss at the refinery between 2013 and 2018. Warmington joined opposition members of the Public Accounts Committee in rejecting the decision to have Petrojam, which has been mired in a corruption scandal over the past several months, integrally involved in the auditing project. He said the move was illogical and should not be conceived in the first place. Yesterday, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Sancia Bennett-Templer, reported to the PAC that the terms of reference for the audit has been completed by Petrojam and is to be put to public tender. She said the procurement process should take between 3 and 4 months. The PAC was reviewing the findings in the report. Warmington also questioned the rationale for conducting a forensic audit specific to the oil loss instead of a comprehensive forensic investigation. Meanwhile, Bennett-Templer accepted a suggestion from PAC Chairman Mark Golding that the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency and the Integrity Commission, which are both currently conducting separate probes into Petrojam's operations, should have an input in the process. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, has announced the appointment of 2 deputy governors. In a statement on Tuesday, January 29, the BOJ said Chief of its Banking and Marketing Operations Division, Natalie Haynes, and the institution's Supervision Evaluation Expert, E. George Roper, have been promoted to the Executive Management Team effective February 18, 2019. In her new position, Mrs. Haynes, who is a member of the senior management team, will have strategic oversight for the BOJ's 2 new portfolios: banking depository and currency operations, and financial markets infrastructure. Mr. Roper, who leads the BOJ Coordinated National Risk Assessment Program, will have responsibility for strategic oversight of finance and administration, and the information technology and records management portfolios. The tenure of both appointees will each span 5 years. The government is searching for a new Bank of Jamaica governor who is expected to succeed Brian Winter, whose term ends in November. The operational capability of the Road Safety Unit has been further boosted with the addition of 5 portable breathalyzers valued at $2,500. The devices were donated to the unit by Carib Cement Company Limited as part of its corporate social responsibility program. The portable breathalyzer is a wireless, handheld device that monitors a user's breath for alcohol content. Speaking at the handover ceremony at the Ministry of Transport and Mining yesterday, Minister Robert Montague said the devices are welcomed and would support and enhance the operations at the unit. He said, with 25 road deaths since the start of the year, quote, "We have to, as a country and a people, begin to decelerate the rate of road fatalities," end quote. Last year, the country recorded 386 road fatalities. Corporal Arlene McBean has been removed as chairman of the Police Federation following a no-confidence vote on Tuesday. A statement from the Police Federation said, following deliberations, the group agreed to restructure its leadership. As a result, former General Secretary Inspector Sheldon Gordon is the new chairman of the Federation, while former Legal Affairs Director Sergeant Petrojam will fill the position of General Secretary. A flash flood warning for low-lying and flood-prone areas of Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne, and now includes St. Mary and Portland, effective until 5 p.m. today. A stationary front across the island continues to produce unstable weather conditions. And according to the Meteorological Service, satellite imagery and rainfall data indicate that moderate showers have been affecting sections of these parishes throughout last night. The forecast is for periods of showers, which could be heavy at times, to continue across the island today into tonight. A flash flood watch means that flash flooding is possible, and residents are advised to take precautionary measures. Keep informed by listening to further releases from the Meteorological Service and be ready for quick action if flooding is observed or if a warning is issued. The US dollar on Tuesday ended trading at Jamaican $134.42, up by 11 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. Meanwhile, the Canadian dollar ended trading at Jamaican $101.23, down from Jamaican $103.53, while the British pound sterling ended trading at Jamaican $174.07, down from $174.56. In regional news, residents of Havana, Cuba are still recovering from a massive windstorm. 4 persons are dead following a windstorm in the eastern part of Cuba's capital city late Sunday. The storm toppled trees, bent power poles, and more as it cut a path of destruction across eastern Havana. Richard Richards has the visuals.
From 8 o'clock 26 minutes to 8 o'clock 42 minutes last Sunday night, only for 16 minutes, an unexpected devastating windstorm struck the city of Havana, causing severe damages in various municipalities. 4 persons died and 195 injured were rushed immediately to different hospitals. A maternal hospital was severely damaged and pregnant mothers or with newly born were evacuated to other health installations, luckily without suffering any death nor injured. This atmospheric phenomenon, with strong winds of over 300 kilometers per hour, provoked partial and total collapsing of 1,238 houses, knocking down hundreds of trees, pulling over vehicles. Meanwhile, streets and avenues were blocked by fallen telephone and electric poles, trees, and whatever wreckage brought by the strong winds. This whirlwind crossed nearly 12 kilometers through Havana City at a traveling speed of 45 kilometers per hour in an east to northeastward direction until it faded out into the sea. Various health institutions were severely damaged, including 4 polyclinics, 1 boarding home for elderlies, and a pharmacy. 2 sport grounds and 47 schools also received the destructive impact of the windstorm. 110 home cisterns were contaminated by salt water due to the inland penetration of the sea. Over 1 million persons were left without electricity for nearly 12 hours. At this same moment, while I am writing the story, 200,000 are still without electric power. In the 500 years history of Havana City, never has a windstorm struck this city unless with such devastating force. Citizens were horrified, and the stories they told seemed coming out of a horror book. This whirlwind had the force of Hurricanes Irma or Maria, which in 2017 caused a lot of destruction and pain in the Caribbean region. Now the President of Cuba, along with leading members of the Communist Party and the local governments, are heading the recovery process that is taking place in the city. President Diaz-Canel has made it clear that no one will be left abandoned and assured that the government will provide all that is necessary to those who have lost their homes and their personal properties, just as it has always been done since the victory of the revolution, the 1st of January 1959. Direct from Cuba, Richard Richards, Canal Caribe.
In sports, the Windies have named an unchanged squad for the second test starting on Thursday following their shock demolition of England in the opening in Bridgetown last Saturday. Selectors have confirmed the Jamaican fast bowler O'Shane Thomas as an official member of the squad. The 21-year-old traveled with the squad for the first test, acting as a cover for seamer Alzari Joseph. The Windies, written off by most prior to the season, produced an astonishing display in the opening test at Kensington Oval to embarrass the favourites England by 381 runs inside 4 days. And that's the news on PBCJ. Thanks so much for watching.